In this video, I want to share with you 7 lessons that I've learned from being a 16-year-old student making 2-3K a month consistently to now dropping out of high school and making over 5 figures a month consistently. And I just want to share some stuff that I think could be useful that I've realized, especially over the past 2 months. And for that, I went to one of my favorite places here, in a local forest, little lake. Super quiet usually. There's some kids in the background, so they're not gonna be annoying. But yeah, like I just have one line bullet points written out, that's not scripted or anything. Yes, I just want to get started. I think the first one that I want to talk about is sometimes confirmation is everything you need. Because back in March, April, May, when I was still at the 2 or 3K month mark, I was asking my mentors, what have you been doing differently? How did you get to 10K? What was like the one thing that kind of got you from 2 3K to like 10K mark? And I still my mentors bought like 7 8 figure copywriters, so really good man in the game. And to be honest, both of them basically told me you're on track. You're doing the right things. You just gotta have patience and keep going. And in the moment when you hear it, it's like okay, like you hear the advice a couple times, but it's not something you can really do. Like being patient is like, okay, how do I be patient now? It's like put some actionables if you want to say it like that. So I was like always, okay, what can I do now to kind of get to that mark and stuff? And I realized like once they told me, it ended up saving me probably a lot of time and unnecessary energy that I would have wasted otherwise. Because when your mentors, people who've done the exact same thing that you want to do, when they've done it and they tell you you're on the right track, you just gotta keep going. Then I think that prevents you from having that like shiny object syndrome of, okay, yeah, this doesn't work for me right now. I don't know. Let me get into day trading or whatever. Just that you don't even think about this because you know you're on the right track and you just gotta keep going. So sometimes confirmation is just everything you need to make that next step. And maybe you are doing the right actions right now, but the results are still not showing up. And I felt for that like that for months. And once it finally happens, like everything just comes together. Opportunity meets preparation. So all you can do is focus on your input, what you can do every day, and keep going consistently, even when the results are not there. And then you'll get there eventually if you just keep going. That's it. The second lesson I want to share is basically just connect to the first one. And it's that some things are out of your control, but you can still influence them. What I mean by this, for example, I'm just going to share a story. Because yesterday, one of, I'd say my favorite clients, so like I enjoy working together quite a lot. Pretty cool guy. We just decided yesterday that we're gonna part ways and stop working together. And reason for that, from a business standpoint for him, can understand that he's a really cool guy. Maybe we do something in the future together again. But like it was pretty unexpected for me. But also on the same time last week, I had a random dude schedule a call with me, and then tells me, hey, what like name one of my friends, basically who referred me to him. We hopped on a call, did a quick test project. After that, like close to 4K deal. So, and it was just on a random Friday afternoon. So things happen that you don't even like you can't even expect. So, and what I mean by you don't have control, but you can still influence them. For example, with client delivery. Yes, sometimes clients are gonna part way, and if you want to do it or not, whatever, you can still influence. And when you deliver your best work, so you give everything, you show them that you like put in the hours that you really want to make it work with them. And those are some things. As long as you focus that you can 100% do your best, you can still influence these. And sometimes it's out of your control, yeah. But I also feel like that this might be like that's the whole point. Like if it's a business, you don't know what's happening next, and that's what some people might call risk. It is true. But I think that's like what makes the game fun. So that shit happens. You find other good things happening. Both times super randomly, and I think that's something I learned just this weekend again. But a really important lesson. The next one I want to share with you is that the problems don't disappear no matter what income you're gonna get it. Because I don't know if you're a student or working 9 to 5 and you're kind of getting started, then it's like, yeah, I just want to make 10K a month, so I don't have to work my job. I can do whatever I want. I can travel. I have everything, and like that kind of mindset. If you get what I mean. The reality is, you just have new problems appear, and that's at every single stage of life. Yes, the problems become, how do I say it, like less kind of threatening. So of course, if you're, I don't know, living on the street, then your problems you have are like pretty, like, could threaten your life. It's not comfortable to live. If you're making 50K a month, then the problems have are gonna be totally different, of course. But yeah, still, like, it's something. Actually, Alex Hormozy just reminds me because he had a food lunch yesterday. He said in one of his podcasts, I think, there's shit in every business, and that basically applies to, I think, life stages as well. Like there's shit at every life stage that you are. Of course, you level up and you just become better at problem solving. But like still, I have right now problems I would never imagine like 4 months ago. But also right now, like for the next stage I'm going at, whereas right now, yeah. I also of course have that frame of mind with, I don't know, maybe at 20, 25K, whatever. Everything's gonna be good, but I'm gonna have new problems there and it's every single stage. So just know that your problems will never disappear. The only people who don't have problems are dead. So yeah, just if you do think that there won't be any problems once you reach a certain income level, just know that it's not that way. But of course, like my life is amazing, and I'm really grateful for what I'm able to do right now. But I still know like there's always things going behind the scenes. All right, the next lesson is that you don't forget what got you here, and the fact that most people get complacent once they reach a certain point. And to start off with the first thing, when you, let's say, I don't know, you try to close a client and you're DMing or cold emailing 50 people a day, and for a month nothing happens, and then one week you close, I don't know, 3 clients a day. Would you, after that, like, if you were to stop completely doing your cold outreach and like just say, okay, I'm now here, like, the things like that's kind of dumb. Of course, you got to evolve, and at each level, you will need new skills and got to do new things to get to the other level. So that's something that's really important. But also, if you become complacent at that mark and you just stop doing the work that got you here, then that will show you that it can be the other way and will get you back to the point where you started from. Because complacency, I feel like it's a big thing, especially with the make money online space where you basically get framed or primed on that. I don't know, make 10K in 90 days. I know I'm saying it quite a bit. But it's like just probably the number one income claim I've heard over the past 3 years being made. And the thing is, once you reach that level, it's like that was your number one goal. And when you're there, it's like, okay, what do I do now? And when you just don't have another goal and a strong enough why to keep going, you'll get comfortable. And of course, being comfortable is the number one killer of growth. It's like either you're growing or you're dying. So if you settle for that, and don't get me wrong, if that's all you want and that's the kind of lifestyle market you want and you don't have any higher aspirations, totally fine. Everyone's different. But I'm just personally speaking for me. If I were to stop here, I don't know what I would do with my life. Because like I got goals that are so much higher that I want to achieve. So it's really important to still have that why that keeps you going every day, and these high enough goals that might seem completely unreasonable right now. A lot of people would call you delusional for it. That's what you need. That's what got to keep you going. And something I don't know actually where I've read it, but it's so true. When you are thinking about your goal, what you want to achieve, maybe in 1 year from now, maybe in a few months, whatever. And if you don't immediately start smiling once you visualizing it and you really feel what it would feel like to, I don't know, travel to the place that you want to go to, drive that your dream car, whatever. If you don't instantly like smile and you're like freaking motivated, then I don't know, because you need a goal like that. Like that's what gets you up in the morning and keeps you going throughout the day. Okay, number five now, I think, and that's reward yourself for the work you put in. And actually, quite funny. I made an Instagram story with that exact quote like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago in Dubai. Just when I bought my new watch, the Sophia X, and I've been thinking about that watch for like a month. I think April before I went to AdCon. I think that's when I originally wanted to get it, but I just said no. Like gotta choose something first. And even though I just said you don't have to like never get comfortable, don't be complacent at that level. You still gotta like take a moment to pause and really appreciate what you've achieved. It's so easy to just get caught up in the day to day and you just completely ignore everything that you've achieved so far. So I think it's really important that you just take a break for little moments. You think about like you acknowledge what you've done and like you're actually proud of yourself. And then you also reward yourself. Like this watch is something I definitely wanted to get. Um, if maybe you want to go to a nice restaurant that you would normally not go to, but you want to reward yourself, sure. Of course, don't do anything stupid. Little disclaimer here. But I just feel like it's so important to also not forget what you've achieved. Because it's so easy to just be focused on the future without really being grateful for everything that you've done. Okay, number six, mine found a bit counterintuitive. It's and you shouldn't fall into scarcity mindset. And I think at this point, probably right now, I think the threat of me like developing scarcity mindset instead of abundance is kind of getting even bigger than in the beginning. Because when you're starting at zero, what do you have to lose? Nothing. But like once you make a certain amount of income every month, then it's like, yeah, but what happens if I don't know the client drops me, or if I don't keep, if I don't get any more money, and you lose everything because then at the point you like first time you got something to lose. And I think if you then try to like play it safe and just try not to lose the money you're making, I think that will just hold you back and not get you to your goals. Because in order to, I don't know, let's say you want to make 100 million. Okay, like what is 10K? What is 20K a month? Like what? It's still, if you look from that mindset, you still have nothing to lose because you still haven't achieved it. And I think it's so important to really be rooted in that abundance mindset and just know that like money is just a tool. Money is not the goal. Like if you make your personality about the number that you have in your bank account, like then you're gonna be scared to lose the money. You're gonna be scared that your client's gonna drop you. You're gonna be scared that you're not gonna achieve your higher goals. And it's actually something kind of religious aspect I wanna get in as well, because that's something my mentor mentioned, I think a few weeks ago. If you root your personality and your identity instead of like in your bank account or some other materialistic things, you root your identity in Christ and really put all your value in Him, that you're reborn through Him and through the Holy Spirit, then money doesn't matter at all. It's like just a tool that you can either do evil with or that you can do good with. Because if you got a bunch of money, of course you can donate to people and help them out, and it's something that to know that there's more than enough, and it's just a tool. It's no more. I think this is what really helps you build a healthy relationship with money, and something I'm practicing as well. Like just to know that everything I'm telling you is not something I've quote unquote mastered or like achieved. It's something I work on every single day, and because character building is something that you will never have finished. It's something you're gonna do throughout your entire life, just as learning. So I think having this abundance mindset and not falling into the scarcity trap is like a really big point. And the last one I want to share with you is that be careful that your ego doesn't get too big and you forget like about your old friends or God or just everything. Because no matter if you, I don't know, reach 10K, 100K, a million, 10 million, whatever, I still have friends around me who I started with. We are all at like zero mark, and of course I'm further in the journey than some of my other friends. Other friends for the head of me, and I can learn from them. But also important, like if I were to say, okay, now I'm making this amount of money, I don't even care about you anymore. I'm just gonna stop talking to you. Like that would be so freaking stupid because on the long line, I know, I like, of course, not all of them, but I definitely know some of them are gonna make it and gonna get to the level where I want to go to as well. And it would just be so stupid if I just cut them out now because everyone's journey is different. And if you get to like a certain, let's say, checkpoint a bit earlier than others, like why would you cut them off? Like so stupid. Or also with people who are making millions or billions, and then money becomes everything for them, and they forget about God who got them there. It's also a story in the Bible, for example, where the one man, he was like basically living a perfect life, and he just asked Jesus, Lord, what do I have to do to basically get into heaven? And Jesus just told him, sell everything that you've got. And like he refused to. And not telling that like money is the root of all evil or whatever here. It actually says the love of money, root of all evil. So if you make money your new god and you forget about those who got you here, then I will not take you to that path. And I think it's really important to like just be humble. Know that there's always like there's someone, since I'm a really firm believer in Jesus Christ, like for me it's God who's like above me and who gifted me everything gift that I have. So why would I just try to be like, okay, I'm the biggest one, look at me, look at the money I got, blah blah blah, all of that shit. So it's like that would just be stupid. So always you gotta always stay humble. Always stay humble. So important. Yeah, I feel like those were the 7 lessons I wanted to share with you. And of course, just know that I haven't figured everything out myself. I just want to share what I learned along the way. You can listen to that and take the advice to heart if you want. Don't have to, obviously. So I still hope you got some value out of this video. I know it's a bit probably different type of video that I've made now, but I just want to say like I really enjoyed the place here, and I think it's so good to just reflect. I actually want to show you around now, because just like in the background, the little lake. You might see a few trees, and like it's just so peaceful. And I think if you got like a place they can always go to and reflect, I think that's just really, really valuable. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it and see you soon. Peace.